How do you like it?
Hey Guardians, Shuki here. Today I wanted to make a video talking about the settings that I use on my Nacon Revolution Pro 2 controller when I play Destiny 2. So this week I've been testing out a lot of settings. I just got the controller last week, and I wanted to talk about what I've tried, what maybe works for me and might work for you. So let's hop on in. Just a disclaimer, these are the settings that work for me. Something different may work for you. I know some people love the controller, some people hate it. I'm really liking the Nacon Revolution Pro 2 controller, and I hope you do as well, and I hope this video helps. First off, just some of the settings that are general that I use across all of them. This is what I'd use for the button mapping. So all the buttons are pretty much the same, just the shortcuts I've changed. And as you can see for the shortcuts, for the M1 button on the back I use triangle, M2 square, M3 X, and M4 circle. So basically the right trigger on the back, the right easy button to get to is going to be jump, and then the left one's going to be circle or like slide in Destiny. And I prefer it that way. I know some people like them swapped, but that's just what I'm used to from the Nacon Revolution 1. And then the other two buttons, they're a little harder to get to, but they are useful sometimes, like being able to revive while shooting and things like that. So that's what I use. That's what I've tested and used. You might like something different. Now on this controller, you can set the sensitivity of both the left stick and the right stick. And I've tried everything. I've tried a combination of low and low. I've tried low and high. I've tried high and low. And I tried high and high sensitivity. And the weird thing is on the Nacon Pro Revolution 1, I like low sensitivity on the right stick. On this one I like high sensitivity, which is strange. So I ended up on both sticks liking high sensitivity. So this is what I use for the sticks. Now for the Deadzone, anything from 0 to 2 seemed good to me. I prefer 2. Some people like 0. Anything over that, though, it just seemed like it wasn't responsive enough. I would say anything past like 3 is just too much of a dead zone. But you might think differently. This is what I thought. I would prefer 2. So far we have high sensitivity on both, and then 2 static dead zone on both. For the triggers, I did do 50%. That's what I like. 100% is just like a regular controller, and it is just, I mean, you get this controller for the customization for the hair triggers. 50% was perfect for me. Anything different, just, I mean, it made a little difference, but 50% just seems like where I like it and where a lot of people like it as well. Now let's talk about the main thing that you're probably looking for, which is the customizing the sticks. As we talked, I do really like the left stick to be high sensitivity, and you can change the response curve. I tried changing it a bit on the left stick, and just anything besides default seemed weird to me. So I didn't like it. I like high response. Low response seemed like I was struggling to move, like I was trying to walk up a hill, so I didn't like that. So for left stick, just default curvature and a high sensitivity. Now right stick is where the main changes come in the response, and I tried quite a bit of response curvatures, and I'm going to share first some of them that weren't my favorites, but they were okay, and I want to share them because they may work for you. And then the last one I'll share is going to be the one that I use, that I like the most. So let's look at some of the ones I did try. Now the first one here was recommended to me by someone on YouTube. I think it was a serious recommendation. So basically they had it at 1, 98, 1. And S is going to be the smaller movements, M medium, B is larger movements. So it's really focusing on the medium sized movements. And To be honest, it was an okay setup. It felt too sluggish for me, and maybe it's just the way they play. So it was probably good for them, and that's why I wanted to show it, because it might be good for you. But it just didn't work out too great for me. Now the next one was real close to what I like, 25, 50, 25. This one felt good to me, so definitely try it out. The static dead zone on all of these you can kind of mess around with. Like I said, maybe 0 to 3 is where I would probably try to keep it, but I mean, if you like it, maybe up to 5. 5 might be the limit, I would say, but it's really up to the way you play. But this is another good one that you can try out. This actually goes back to one of these settings you could download from the Nacon Revolution 1 software for Destiny, which is why I think it works so well in Destiny. There were, as with this software, you could download pre-made ones. I don't know if that one was a user-made one or one that the company made, but that one was a pretty good one, so definitely try it out. Next up, we have another pretty good one that was recommended by someone else on YouTube. And thanks for all the recommendation and support, by the way. I really appreciate it. This one's 20, 25, 55. So again, it's a little bit off from the default, but it's close to the one we just looked at. And this one's a pretty good one as well for you to try out. And before we jump into the one that I use the most, just if you have the software, if you have the controller, just you can download pre-made profiles like we talked about. And this is just a screenshot of Nacon's website where you can download some for the Nacon Revolution Pro 2. So definitely some more on there to try out. It looks like there's some good ones with thumbs up. So I didn't get around to trying some of these, but definitely check those out as well. So finally, as with the Nacon Revolution Pro 1 controller, I like the default settings the best. Little different because I like high sensitivity on this one for some reason instead of low. Radius I like at the default, which is 2, and 33, 33, 34 is the default curve of the stick, and honestly that's what I like the best. I just have to say that's what works best for me. Again, might be different for you. We have a lot of different options and things you can try out. I just wanted to give some things I've tried, what's worked for me, what hasn't. And yeah, thanks for watching. That's all I had for you right now. Thanks for the support. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And go Shuki out.